In breaking news for you this afternoon, a plan to reopen Indiana starts next week for the majority of the state.
Future historians will look back on this moment and say for Hoosiers, this was their finest hour.
Good afternoon to you. I'm Susan Dinkle. It's Friday, May 1st. Governor Eric Holcomb has just unveiled a plan to get the Hoosier State back on track by July 4th. It's a major change in how coronavirus is impacting the Wabash Valley. News 10's Richard Solomon will explain the phases of reopening for you in just a moment. But first, there are 4 guiding principles that the governor says must be met. First, the number of COVID-19 hospital patients has to decrease for 14 days. Second, the state must be able to maintain its surge capacity. This includes having critical care beds and ventilators available. The third point deals with testing. The state must be able to test Hoosiers who are symptomatic as well as essential workers. Last is contact tracing. Health officials must have systems to contact people who test positive and then notify people who might have been exposed. All of these points must be met or the state may have to go backward in the phases of reopening. Now it's time to learn more about those 5 stages. News 10's Richard Solomon is live in our newsroom. Richard's going to walk us through the timeline. Richard.
Susie, Governor Eric Holcomb says starting Monday, May 4th, Indiana will move into phase 2 for all counties in our viewing area. Now the stay-at-home order and travel restrictions will be lifted, but restrictions will still be in place. The goal is for the entire state to reopen once again July 4th. But the state has to go through these 5 stages before that can even happen. The governor says right now Indiana is already in stage 1. That's for elective surgeries and essential businesses. Stage 2 begins Monday, May 4th. People who are 65 and older should still stay at home. But manufacturers, construction operations, and libraries can reopen. Malls will be able to open Monday up to 50% capacity with indoor restrictions. And gatherings can occur up to 25 people at a time. Then also stage 2. But a week later, on Monday, May 11th, barbershops, salons, and tattoo parlors can reopen, but only by appointment and practicing social distancing. Also beginning May 11th, restaurants will be able to reopen at 50% capacity. Schools and other educational buildings will still remain closed. Now we move to stage 3, which starts May 24th. Gyms, playgrounds, tennis courts, and other facilities will be able to reopen. Movie theaters will have to be at 50% capacity. People can have gatherings up to 100 people. Then we move to stage 4, which begins June 14th. This stage will let more businesses open and larger gatherings up to 250 people. Retail stores and malls will be able to open back up to full capacity. This stage also allows bars, nightclubs, museums, sporting venues, and amusement parks to open at 50% capacity. Stage 5 is the last stage, which is hoped for July 4th. Once we get to this point, the state will then open up sport venues and larger facilities. Fairs and festivals will be back up and running, as well as restrictions being lifted for amusement and water parks. Retail shops and restaurants will be able to operate at full capacity. Now that was a lot of information for you all at once. So coming up at 6, I'll walk you through each stage once again. I'll also have reaction from the governor. Reporting live in the newsroom, Richard Solomon, News 10. Back to you.